and beans. And I also left the oranges that are here. My family came out here and left this. I left this to my ancestors because we needed some prayer, y'all. Y'all, can you come around? Let's talk about what Hollywood done lied to y'all. Hollywood says nighttime graveyard, full moon, we're in all black, sacrifice the baby, drink the blood, dance naked under the moonlight with the upside down cross and the pentagram. Obviously, come on y'all, that's not what this is. You know that's not what that is. Voodoo ritual just means one thing. It means to pray and leave offerings. But it's how we conduct that prayer that made the slave owner scared of us. The way we do our prayer is not in his Catholic Bible. One of the most popular beliefs back in the 17 and the 1800s. You're not Catholic, you're a devil worshiper. And the devil gonna grant you black magic. Are you shamanistic like the Native Americans? You're a devil worshiper. Are you Protestant? You know, Baptist, Methodist, Episcopalian, guess what you are? Devil worshiper! And Lord, don't mess up and be Buddhist or Jewish. Oh my God, they couldn't stand your ass. They truly believed that Roman Catholicism was the only true religion, not denomination, religion in the whole world. You ain't Catholic, mama, you going straight to hell with gasoline underwear on. Whoosh. One of the laws of the Black Code says that all slaves, and remember that's all of us, must be Roman Catholic. We have no idea what those words mean. We really don't. Because mom and also my other mom went. I keep losing y'all. I need y'all to stick together. Come on over here. Also, you too short to be back there. You gotta be able to see. Hey, Jeffrey. How you doing? My family is everywhere, y'all. You two have taught us Roman Catholicism. Taught us Voodoo, not Roman Catholicism. And we only believe in one God, right? Now, slave owner like, oh my God, the documents say I gotta convert the slaves to Catholicism. So he did it the best way he knew how. He brought us together, and you know what he told us? Look here, slaves, all these gods and these goddesses that y'all worship don't exist. What's wrong with y'all? Ain't no such thing as gods and goddesses. There's only one God, one God. And the name of that God? God. We should be confused right now, right? How many gods did moms teach us to worship in this family? One. What's the name of that one God? God. Oh, for real? It's the same thing. Got me grabbing my pearls. Jesus. It's the same. Look at the slave owner was like, bruh, you want us to worship one God and his name is God? You know, that's what she taught me growing up. That's the same thing. We've been doing that for thousands of years. We've been doing that 6,000 years older before you knew what the word Christian was. Check. Okay, we do that. Then he said, you need to know about the saints. Oh, I never heard that word before. Mama, you never taught me that. You never taught, I don't know. What are these saints? Guess what he said? Saints are regular folks born and raised down here on earth in the biblical days. Some of these people were born before that time. Some of these people were born after that time. Some of these people have always existed. But because of the good deeds and the miracles they perform in the name of God. When they died, God elevated them to that middle position above man or below God, known as saint. Patted them on the back and said, hey, you did a marvelous job down there on earth. Here's a spiritual job in a spiritual domain. Now men pray to the saints where they pray to God. Y'all taught me that's the Lawan Orisha. That's the same thing. Check. Yeah, it's the same. Been doing the devil's right the whole time. Then he said, you need to know the names of the saints. Oh, maybe there's a difference there. Come on, man, tell us the names. He said, you need to know about Saint Mary. Who? He said Saint Mary is the mother of Jesus. Jesus part of the Holy Trinity. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, they all make one. Pray to Saint Mary should have been a God as your prayers. We're confused. Sounds like our African Ocean Orisha. Her name, Yemeya. And if you speak Spanish, Yamoja Allah Saren. Yemeya is also the mother of God, the mother of creation, the mother of the ocean, the mother of man, the mother of dreams, the mother of everything. Pray to Yemeya should have been a God as your prayers. Check. Yep, we do that. Then he said, you need to know about St. Peter. This better be the last one, bro. Who is St. Peter? He say St. Peter stands at the gates of heaven. He carries keys right here. Sometimes depicted as having a cane. But whenever you die, you cannot enter the gates of heaven without going through St. Peter himself. We're confused. Sounds like our African Haitian Loa. His name, Papa Legba.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. For those of you who've seen American Horror Story Coven, correct me if I'm wrong. They turned him into a baby-eating, cocaine-snorting Jamaican with a white face, glowing eyes, and dreadlocks, and Marie Laveau had to bring him a baby once a year to have everlasting life.
That's exactly accurate.
He also sells donuts in Universal.
Oh, really?
Oh my God!
Oh, did not know that.
That part of Universal Studios where you can go.
Did not know that. That's new. That's new.
Gotta add that to the resume.
Yo. All right, I think I got it. I think I got a way to do it.
Donuts Universal.
Got the man selling donuts. Now we got Voodoo red beans and rice, and now we got Voodoo donuts.
They're not beignets?
By the way, that's the only thing that Disney got accurate in Princess and the Frog, by the way.
The beignets.
The beignets. Because traditional beignets are supposed to have a little tiny strip of honey on the top, and then you put the powdered sugar very lightly. You're not supposed to pound of powdered sugar.
Yeah.
No,
Sparingly.
Just a light strip of honey and just a little bit of
So it
powdered
stays
sugar,
on.
and that's how you're supposed to do your
That
beignet.
makes
That's how it's
sense.
traditionally done. So Disney got that one thing right. Now, for those of you trying to talk about Dr. What's his name? Facilier and Papa Legba, this is what Hollywood did to us. Picture Jesus in your brain. And y'all picture real Jesus. Jesus was not white. The Bible describes him with bronze feet and woolly hair. That's a dude, that's a brother. You're talking about some damn white Jesus. I mean, okay, picture Jesus. And then they make him pasty white. And then they want to have the nerve and audacity to put a big ass white light behind him like he on. If you put a bright light behind this right here, you're gonna see nothing but a shadow. That's all you're gonna see. All right, now picture Jesus. Now picture him as a baby eating cocaine snorting Jamaican with a white face, glowing red eyes, and dreadlocks. That's what Hollywood did to us with Papa Legba. In real life, Legba's a very old African man with a very kind and warm heart. If you speak Spanish, you know his name as Alegua or Eshu. The man's so old it crippled. All his fingers are curled up like this, his neck turned to the side, and he carries a cane. He carries keys right here, and he stands at the gates of freedom. He loves his children. You ever seen a grandfather with the grandbabies? Petita can get away with murder by that man. He reminds of the grandfather who got all the grandchildren in the house. Now, he's supposed to be babysitting, but the grandchildren in the house breaking every plate, tearing up the whole damn kitchen, because they mama at work. Then their mama come home from work and see the whole house tore to pieces. The children be like, oh, mama's home. Who they gonna run to? Granddaddy. What granddaddy gonna do? Come here, babies, come here. Girl, leave these babies alone. These babies ain't mean no harm. And clean up that nasty kitchen they tore to pieces. Dad's Legba. More importantly, he's no cocaine. His drug of choice is what all of us in Southern Louisiana and the Caribbean love the most. Rum! And not that nasty ass Malibu y'all keep drinking when y'all come down here to visit us. Malibu is the devil's saliva. That's the devil's spit. Stop drinking it. Talking about some Jamaican rum. And at the bottom of the bottle say made in Chicago. What'll be that? Let that shit go, bro. He said, I'm gonna link y'all to some real rum after the tour. Anyway, that's enough. Y'all see how easy it was for us to convert to Roman Catholicism and the slave owner believe we converted? It's 2023. Ta-da! We still ain't converted yet. No. But y'all keep seeing all this Roman Catholicism over there in the fake and the real voodoo shops. You'll see statues of St. Mary, St. Anthony, St. Barbara, St. Peter, and you're probably thinking to yourself, hang on, this is an African tradition. Why they got Christian saints up in here? Well, there's a reason for that. That involves our two moms protecting this whole family. You two had all of us men in this family starting to hand carve a giant wooden statue about this big. Okay, I thought they was fighting. Them teenagers always fight. They get high and they start fighting. And it's okay, because my cousin come and be like, y'all fighting over a girl again? That's what they fighting over. Anyway, had to build a big old giant wooden statue about this big made out of cypress wood, and it looks exactly like the Christian St. Mary, like her praying. Then you two had us place it right there in the slave cabin window, so that when the slave owner walking past and look up, what does he see? All of us men in this family, we're kneeling down and praying in front of that statue to St. Mary. And then we're also leaving bowls of fruits and berries and beans and rice. So when the slave owner sees it, he's like, but will you look at that? The slaves are converted to Roman Catholicism. Look, the men are praying to St. Mary. I'm a good slave owner. Then he go walk away. He don't realize that the men are not the dominant ones. In his culture, the men are dominant.
Yep.
The women are right now, while the men are pretending to pray, teaching all the children in the family how to hand carve tiny statuettes about this big. They've been placed behind the giant statue to St. Mary on the ground, out of the slave owner's view. And they look exactly like the African ocean spirit, Yemoja. Yeah, we're not praying to St. Mary because we don't know who the woman is. We're praying to Yemeya, but we gotta make it seem like we're praying to St. Mary. So synchronization, my foot. You know we never synchronize with Roman Catholicism? That's what we want y'all to believe. We are actually using Roman Catholicism as a face to hide the fact that we're still praying to our African spirit, a ruse we still do today. Because the Black Code said if your slaves are not converted to Roman Catholicism, hang them from a tree, weight their body down with bricks and stones, and toss their dead bodies into the Mississippi River. That actually goes deeper than that, but I don't want to make y'all cry on the tour. I'm just telling y'all, yeah. That's another reason why we're going to do our voodoo ritual over here on this side of the wall, not over there on that side of the wall. And that's going to bring us into the offerings. If you look real closely, and this is stuck in here, look at that money stuck in the tree. Y'all see it there? We're trying to get the family to stop doing that, y'all. Now, this is a tradition that's been going on since 1905, right? Well, the reason why we're trying to stop the family from doing this is because the copper is starting to poison the tree. It's going to kill the tree. So we've been trying to pull the coins out, but you know how big my family is, I told y'all. You know how many people I got to track down to tell them to stop doing that? That's a lot of people. So I've been telling people, put the money in the fruit. That's how it's traditionally done anyway. You leave the offerings with the fruit. So now you put the money in the fruit. But each one of these coins that you see is a prayer that one of my family members have prayed. I pray here every single day. We believe you cannot reach the Loa or the Orisha, which are those elevated spirits, without going through your direct ancestors first. That's your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your great-great-grandparents. So the tradition is you take the coin, you say the prayer of what you want. Once you say the prayer, you put the money inside the fruit, and then we believe the ancestors to then take the prayers up to God. Speaking of the fruit, the oranges are left to your mother and your mother. Her name is Oshun. In Haiti, her name is Net Ezilifreda. She's a spirit of love and beauty. That was obvious. That was real obvious. She's also the spirit of drumming and dance, theater. Also, she's a spirit of the arts. So anything that deals with performance, like African dance and drumming and, you know, playing the guitar, music, and all that kind of stuff. She's a very theater girl, but also very bougie. Ever met a bougie woman before? I ain't even had to say nothing. She just went, let me explain. Because my sister ain't got nobody to call her out on it. Let me explain. Want the most expensive champagne. Feet don't want to touch the ground because it's too dirty. Hair gotta always be on point. Makeup gotta always be on point. We'll only go to the bathroom if there's someone in the house with her makeup on and her wig on or her extension, because she don't want to look bad while she's going to the bathroom. You better have a silk pillow because satin is the fabric of the poor people. Did I do it? I just explained my mom to y'all just so y'all know my actual biological mother. Yeah, that's how my mama is. Now I can call you bougie, but you can say no, I'm not. You ain't got nobody here to confirm it for me, but I got a feeling. Okay, see, I knew she was gonna say that. Oshun has a sister who she does not get along with. Her name is Oya. She's the spirit of the hurricane. In Haiti, her name is Net Ezili Danto. She's the spirit of the hurricane and also the marketplace in the business. But believe it or not, children of Oshun are usually also children of Oya as well, because those two sisters have to work together. That's business and performance. You can't have one without the other. And I can see her all behind you. So that's why I was like, yeah, normally those children, they usually have, they aren't right behind them. Oya and Oshun do not get along, but they remind me of the two sisters who don't get along. But if an outside person come and say something to one of them sisters, the other sister gonna be like, what you said to my sister? Hold up now. What you said? Yeah, that's them. Oya is also associated with 7 colors. We'll leave her eggplant as offerings, red wine, fried plantain. Now, we gotta talk about your spirit. His name is Papa Shango. He's the spirit of thunder and lightning. His name is the same all across the board. Papa Shango, associated with the colors red and white, spirit of thunder and lightning and prosperity and abundance. Let's say God blesses you with a thing of apples, right? You pray to Papa Shango to make those apples multiply. He reminds me of Lanyap. It's whenever you go to the donut place and you buy 12 donuts and you open up, you got 16 donuts up in there. That's Shango. He added some Lanyap up in there to give you a little extra on the side. But also a bougie man. So he's very bougie man. You know, everything always gotta be organized and on point. There's other spirits we can talk about. There's Papa Ogun, who's the spirit of the meadow. There's Obatala, the spirit of light. There's a lot, but we don't have the time. It's time for y'all to do y'all cleanse your hands. Now it's time for y'all prayers. If you have any coins, any pennies, nickels, or dimes, and you would like to say a prayer now, you 3 don't have a choice. It's your birthright. If you don't have a coin, it is not sacrilegious to pick one up off the ground. We throw money on the ground for y'all to pick up the coins and say your prayers. And then once you say your prayer, put it inside one of the fruit. Once you're done, meet me right there by the bench, and we'll talk about the voodoo doll.
Coins or want a coin? Anybody want a coin?
All right, here we go. Hollywood says, I'm not gonna make my handsome husband do this again. I'm not gonna make him do it. But Hollywood says, take the hair, put it on the doll, take the needle, stab the doll with the needles to get their revenge. Here's the truth. The idea of stabbing dolls and pins to hurt people does not come from Africa, Haiti, or New Orleans. It comes from another country. England. Witches in England used a small doll about this big made out of wax, known as a puppet. They would take these wax dolls and take the hair of the people that hurt them and put them on these wax dolls and take these needles and start stabbing these dolls with these needles. Hollywood took the puppet, put it in the movies, gave it to a bunch of black and Latino women, put them in some fake tribal clothes, underpaid them, put it on TV, bam, y'all believed it was us. Then this city being a Catholic city. This is not the city of voodoo. I keep telling people that. The city of voodoo is Miami. I don't know why y'all keep believing Hollywood. Yeah, Miami, not New Orleans. That's the city of Catholicism. You want the voodoo in Louisiana, leave the city of New Orleans and go to the surrounding areas where I come from. Also, most importantly, you can go to a grocery store, a marketplace, or a bar. Buy you an authentic voodoo doll. How do you know it's authentic? Because it says authentic on the label. Made from two pieces of sticks, some Spanish moss, and some fabric for 45 goddamn dollars. Turn around at the bottom and it says made in China. So what's a real voodoo doll then if it's not stabbing pins and dolls to hurt people? Y'all not gonna believe it. Let's say me and my brother, we back in the 17 and the 1800s, right? Now he and I know that it's illegal for us to read or write because we black. It's also illegal for me and you to go to the hospitals and the marketplaces. But you also know that I'm a voodoo priest. That forced me to learn herbology from the Native Americans. Y'all don't call it herbology. Y'all call it hoodoo. H-O-O-D-O-O. If you speak Spanish, you call it brujeria. That's what we practice. You practice hoodoo and you are a vodouazan. Now, you do not practice voodoo. You only practice hoodoo. You don't practice a religion. It's like telling God, I've been practicing for 30 years, I still ain't got this thing right yet. I'm gonna keep practicing. No, you practice the herbology. Now, you come up to me, you say, Robi, I got a headache and this headache will not go away. I got him. I'm gonna dab a little lavender oil right there under his nose. Rub some peppermint oil on his forehead and make him drink a full cup of chamomile tea. Him might be stressed out from all that dancing. Let's bring his stress levels down. While he's drinking the tea, I'll start making a doll that looks just like him to the best of my ability. I'll even get my sister to help me make this doll look more like him. And then once he's done with his tea, he'll join us. He know his face better than anybody's face. So once we're done making the doll, I'll take a needle and put it right there in the head of the doll. And I'm gonna take that doll and I'm gonna put it up there on the shelf because I got dolls of every last one of you that you have helped me make of you with needles in random places up there. Then these two can go on home. So the next week when they come back to visit me for ritual, she's like, Robi, ain't that my husband's doll up there? Ain't that his doll? And you're just like, oh yeah, that is my doll. And I take the doll off the shelf and I'm like, yeah, brother, this is your doll. And I notice there's a needle in the head of the doll. So I'm reminded I worked on his head the last time I saw him.
Ah.
The voodoo doll is a medical chart. It's illegal for black people to read or write.
Wow. Wow. Interesting. Give him his flowers.
Y'all see why I'm fighting so hard? You imagine waking up, walking out your door, people, you tell somebody you're a voodoo priest and they believe you're gonna stab a doll in a needle. You realize I could do such easier things to you. I could pull out a damn pistol and shoot you in your kneecaps. Like, that'll be easier than me trying to get your damn hair and put it on this damn doll trying to find a damn needle to stab. That'll make not a piece of sense. Do we have any questions? No questions? Then good.
Have you ever made a doll?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad you asked that, mommy. We don't make voodoo dolls anymore because obviously it's legal for black people to read or write now. But now we make them for prayer. They're prayer dolls. So you make the doll whatever color you choose. If it's red, you pray for love. If it's green, you pray for money. If it's white, pray for healing. If it's orange, pray for inspiration. If it's yellow, pray for performance. You know, each color has its own thing. And then you just hold the doll in your hand and pray. And then when you're done praying, no needles or nothing involved, just put it back on the altar on the shelf and just walk away. That's it.
Some yellow, honey. I just told you. No.
Oh no, leave it alone. No more. Oh, okay, you got me.
I said, get me some yellow. I can pray for performance.
I think he's
Not that
blushing.
kind of performance.
Pretty sure he's blushing. He is definitely
I mean, he can say what he wants. Ask him. I rubbed all up on that man when I first met him. I mean, I got up in there too. He had to tell me, oh, I'm not like that. He had to tell me. So it's all right. But what do you need? What do you need help with?
I don't. No, I don't.
No, not like that. I mean, he says you said
Performance. Gotta do better.
bridge.
He plays bridge.
That's right.
He
Y'all know-
cramped out yesterday.
Stop. Oh, at least you didn't say bomb out like you said earlier. So that'll work too. He's doing a bridge tournament, everybody, and we're wishing him luck
Yes.
on the next thing. We really are. I don't care for next year. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions?
Yes.
Yes, darling.
When is the practice of using animals in rituals, is that a Hollywood thing or is that?
We're gonna talk about that actually. We got something coming up. She wants to know the practice of using animals in rituals. Is that a Hollywood thing? That's coming up next. Yeah, and we're gonna talk about it. You're gonna laugh your ass off. Any other questions before we go to the game? Y'all please ask. We only got 2 stops left. Y'all know the reason why we don't really get to see much on this tour is because in 1905, all the white French Catholics got together and they collected every African and Native American and voodoo artifact they can find. They piled it all in front of the cathedral and they set it all on fire in the name of Jesus. Then they whipped around to the very first black African American neighborhood known as the Tremaine neighborhood, and they started taking any deeds of any black people or Latina people. When I say black, y'all know I'm talking about Latinas and Latinos too, right? Y'all know that. We were the same back then. That was, and also when I say black, I'm also talking about the Irish, I'm also talking about the Scottish, I'm also talking about the Italians, I'm also talking about the Asians. So when I say black, I'm talking about all those people, not just African descent. Y'all got that? We'll throw it out there. All right. They stole all the deeds and any businesses that any black people owned, and they burned them all. Half of them went to the courthouse, the other half was burned. So they destroyed anything for us to see. All you guys get to see is what my ancestors left behind for us to see. That's it. I'm sorry. And y'all don't be mad at me. Be mad at racism. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at racism. Any questions? Shall we go? All right, let's go to the gate. Y'all get to watch me draw some religious symbols on the ground.